Listen up, you blundering fools. It's time for the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. Get all the toy talk your eagle heart could desire from these nincompoops. Jason and Elgin.
Yo, Joe, and welcome to the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast, where friends get together to talk about one of our shared loves.
Ice cream sandwiches.
And toy collecting. We're here to celebrate how these little colorful pieces of plastic can transform you into a little kid again. If this is your first time listening to us or watching us live on YouTube, every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. I know it's not Monday, but we had to nudge it a little bit. But every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, you'll find us here live. We want to thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. But you're going to learn soon enough, we are not toy experts. We're just toy enthusiasts. So we're not always going to get all the details right. That's okay. It's all right. Speaking of details. Oh, I know. Let me introduce everybody. Hi, I'm Jason. I'm over here. And over there is my friend Elgin.
I'm Elgin, and I'm over here.
That's right.
And before we jump into today's episode, we've got something exciting to tell you about. Our Patreon and YouTube community, The Core. When you list in The Core, the Cracktastic organization of retro plastic specialists, you unlock a treasure trove of exclusive perks made just for hardcore collectors like you. I think you have to say hardcore like that.
You have to, yeah.
You get bonus episodes, shoutouts, early access, plus an exclusive chat with us and the other Core members. So don't wait. Enlist in The Core today. Just go to enlistinthecore.com to help support the show.
Awesome. Bigger isn't always better. In this episode, we're going small, really small, as we dive into the art of the minifigure. From the rubbery charm of muscle to the fierce detail of battle beasts and the tiny speed demons of micro machines, we're celebrating the little figures that pack a big punch in our toy collections. Whether they came in buckets, blind bags, blister packs, these small scale figures captured our imaginations and proved that size doesn't matter. When it comes
you hear
to
that,
fun.
everyone?
That's
Size
right.
doesn't matter.
Join us as we reminisce, rank our favorites, and discuss why minis continue to be a beloved staple in collecting. Very excited about today's episode. I know both our tables are just full of stuff to show.
Yeah. It takes a lot because it's small. So
I know.
it's like a small mountain of stuff.
And then later, Elgin's going to take us on a tour of a toy store, and that's going to be awesome. And you can follow us on all the social media platforms, including Patreon. Those links can be found at our website, cracktasticplastic.com. That's right. And while you're surfing the interwebs, be sure to stop by our sponsor, toyhacks.com, for all your repro label needs. They have an armory there where you can get some toy-accurate 3D printed weaponry and tons of amazing sticker sets for your toys. We also have a monthly contest that Elgin's going to tell you all about.
That's right. Every month we give away a $5 coupon to Toy Hacks. So be sure to comment on what we post, what contest it is. Maybe it's a poll or a trivia or just something. We'll post it on there, and then you go out and comment so that you can win $5 to toyhacks.com. That will send you the coupon if we pick you, but you have to comment to win. That's right. On all of our social medias.
All right. Well, before we get over there, we got to check out the chat real quick. We got, look at that. Jimmy Lee Dalton's in the house, he says. He says, hardcore. And he says, matter sizes. What a dork.
All matter sizes.
That's true. He's not wrong.
All sizes matter.
That's true. All right. Well, right now, it's our favorite part of the show. Let's talk about what toys we picked up lately in a segment we call Thrill of the Hunt.
Listen up, You fools! If anyone knows more about searching for the most unique items in the world, it's me, Cobra Commander. In my reign as Cobra's leader, I have acquired countless items, but those meddling Joes have foiled my attempt at worldwide domination over and over again. But it's the thrill of the hunt that fuels my superb rule of Cobra. Pay attention to my loyal subordinates as they tell you of their latest exploits and acquisitions. It's the thrill of the hunt, Cobra!
All right.
Cobra!
I know it. All right, Elgin, what have you picked up lately? Let's see it.
Well, I thought I'd actually show some Masters of the Universe toys this time.
Finally, I heard you like that.
Yeah, I kind of like them
Line.
sometimes. It seems like. But I finally opened up this snake armor He-Man. There you have. It's part of the Origins line. It came out a while back. I got this late as a Christmas present. But this wave came out a while back. It's kind of based on the 2000X series. That's why his head sculpt looks like that, and then like his emblem looks like that. That's all 2000X ish. He's got a little snake arm catcher thing that can you can catch him and then it launches out.
Whoa!
If you want to do that,
3D.
Put it as 3D. Little SCTV. But yeah, it's so I actually have another version of this guy. It came in that Snake Man Invasion 4-pack. So they just did a repaint of him, and then they gave you like 3 other snakes. So like this guy came with that snake.
Oh
pack.
yeah.
So then if you wanted to like choke out the guy, use that on him. It's like, no, I got him. Got him. That's
good.
the whole purpose of this.
Right there, you saw it.
Accessory. Throw that back over there. But yeah, so Amanda got this for me for Christmas. The funny thing was, so it got lost in the mail. It was Amazon. It was on my Amazon wish list, and it didn't arrive. And they said it was delivered. And a friend of ours actually stopped by the house and said, "Hey, there's this package that was at my work, which was like on Madison." Yeah,
wow,
yeah, which is far. If you know where we live, Anyway, it's and it was like wet because it rained and everything, so it like fell off the truck. Basically, it just happened to like land near his car where he was working at his tire shop, and he brought it over because he was watching our dogs for a weekend. He's like, yeah, but it was like wet and everything, so the card back was like kind of damaged and stuff. But I take it out of the box anyway, or the package, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, so this one just it just completes that wave, I think, for me. There might be some other ones, but it's just this was the original Snake Armor one that they put out first, and then they did that 4-pack like a few months later. He does, of course, come with his power sword, which is 2000X style sword as well. It's got kind of a metallic sparkle on it. Can't really see it, but it doesn't open. It doesn't open up. The 2000X ones did. The hilt actually would swing open and like make it like perpendicular, but this one doesn't. They didn't add that. But Multi Origins, Snake Armor, He-Man for the old Snake Invasion series. That really started in 2000X, like season 2. Halfway through season 2 of that series, they came out with all the snake stuff, Snake Armor stuff. Anyway,
that's very cool.
And then I finally got the other CGI vehicle He-Man, the other He-Man that I was missing. So the with the motorcycle, the Ground Ripper. I keep saying Road Ripper.
Yeah,
I think it's Road Ripper. It used to be Ground Ripper. Maybe it's Road Ripper, now it's Ground. Anyway, they lost the name, and so they had to call it something else. But it's like fully green and yellow and
very Road Rippery.
Yeah, I think it's called Ground Ripper. Road Ripper was the
original
origin one, or the vintage one, and
yeah,
and then it came with another He-Man, another
Oof.
version, another repaint of He-Man with this like bright yellow sword for some reason. But yeah, he's got kind of the I would say greenish color to his body,
Oh, that's brown.
brownish, greenish, like weird purpley.
And then, yeah,
pink
weird
boots.
purple boots. Yeah, his thighs and chest are brown under that silver. That's weird.
Yeah,
It goes with the orange of the
right. His gauntlets are
gauntlets,
this
but
weird orange. Yeah, it's just a weird. Yeah, it looks green to me.
sorry.
Browns and greens, they don't work that well
Yeah.
together for me,
Sure.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he just kind of sits on there, and then you can take off his sword and attach it to the back.
Ooh.
Attach it like that, so you can put the sword there while he's riding his bike. So now I have all the bikes.
Yay.
I got
Starting a motorcycle gang.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
cool.
Well, I did that like years ago. I did the Sons of Eternia motorcycle club, and I did a few of those posts. I should probably do some more. But I would like they'd have like I used Drew McIntyre's body,
Well, yeah.
and then I put like a leather jacket on him, and then like a He-Man head, and it was the Sons of Eternia MC
I
motorcycle
like
club.
it.
That was God, I haven't done those in years. Like
Yeah.
those posts. But anyway, yeah. So this was the one more piece. Now I only have Moss Man to get,
That's it.
and he's in Australia, unfortunately.
Oi. Let's
Yeah.
get going.
So, and then last thing is not really Moti related. I also got this for Christmas. It is, I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's one of the Predators. It's the Berserker Predator from the Predators movie, the Robert Rodriguez film.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like that one.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty decent film for for a lot of
Yeah.
fan whatever it's called, playing toward the fans.
I like that brown gold.
Yeah, he has the thing comes off. You can, if you wanted to like attach it. This does have an action feature where it would shoot out if it gets put in there correctly. There we go. And you can shoot that out. I don't think it shoots out very hard.
Gosh. Aw.
Yeah, I don't. Not a very strong spring in that one. His mask does come off. So missing his jaw. It's in the box. Oops, it's in the box somewhere. But his jaw came off.
Oh.
I need to glue it in there or something. But the mask is there, and then like you can kind of see his face.
Old man
But
Predator.
his I knocked off his blade too. But yeah, these I think NECA put these out. And they're kind of the reminiscent of the vintage Kenner ones. They're the same size as those.
Mm-hmm.
That came out in the late 90s. So that was kind of why I wanted that one, because it would match in with but it's a new Predator,
Yeah.
but in the old style. So it's kind of cool like that.
Yeah.
But I couldn't get his mask on without knocking off his jaw. So I don't know. But yeah, it looks cool. It looks very
awesome.
close to what they look like in the movie, which is also awesome for me. So yeah, I think it's a Berserker. I feel like it's a Berserker. It's the I'm not doing so hot on names today.
Oh yeah, there's a lot in there. A lot we got to remember.
Yeah, but yeah, that movie I'd recommend watching that movie. I mean,
I like it a lot.
If I were to rank them, the original Predator, and then probably Predator 2, and then this one.
Mm-hmm.
So almost in order.
Prey.
So, yeah, I'd probably watch Prey and then
Rubber. Right. That's where I'd probably.
Yeah. I always forget about Prey. It's such a good movie.
So good.
Yeah, and then the Predator, that's like dead last. I don't want to talk about that. So
yeah.
Anyway,
Alien
that's all I
versus
got.
Predator 2 would be last.
I just wish AVP was R-rated.
I know.
Like
Would have
they could have. It would have been. That would have been like way up there.
It would have done a lot for that.
It would have been so good. Like because the concepts of it, all the concepts in there,
So good.
were great. Like you have a backstory, you have like all the stuff. You get aliens, you got dumb humans that are gonna get killed.
Oh.
You know, and Lance Henriksen's in it. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, if it was R-rated, I wish they would make like a director's cut. I don't know. Anyway, but AVP 2 is not great because of there's too dark. They did stuff with like they had people in costumes, like they had guys in suits fighting. You can't see any of it because it's all dark. It's like anyway. I talk about that for an entire hour. Aliens and Predators. So, all right, that's it. That's all.
All right. Very cool. All right. I got some things too. It's been a while. I got my lovely assistant to hand them to me here. Okay, so we got from Rise of the Beast, we got this bad boy, Ape Link.
Oh yeah.
He's pretty cool. He's a monkey.
He's
got cool blades. If you've seen the movies, I'm not telling you no spoilers, but he's a cool other version. Like he's not Optimus Primal. He's like an old Optimus Primal that's all battle scarred up with tons of armor on him, and he's super cool.
Yeah,
he's really neat little figure. Studio series. Up next. Oh yeah, not gonna do justice on this camera, sadly, but hey, he's a different color, so let's get him. It's Galvatron. This is from Studio Series 86. Finally done. No battle damage. The right color purple. This, what you see, is not the right color. This looks more like the old one. But anyway, the superior version of Galvatron in all his amazing glory. He's so badass. So mean. Yes, even my lovely assistant would say he's more purple in person, not blue, like on the camera. It's so depressing because, like, that's the whole thing about having this dang version. It's like I finally get to show it, and then it's like, oh, you don't even get to see.
Looks like the old one.
I know. Because then I had them both together, and then the old one looked better on camera than it was so depressing.
That's how it works.
This guy is amazing and just completes 5 years of waiting to get all 6 of the Seekers. We got Ramjet. He was part of a 2-pack that was released on Amazon way back in the day that no one was able to get. And he's like $1 bazillion. And they finally released him and Dirge a while back separately. He was the last one of the Coneheads. Really stoked to have the whole set. Now that I've shown him here, I can put him with the other guys and he can feel like he's home with his brothers. Really happy about that. And so
it was an Amazon exclusive.
It was right there in the early days of War for Cybertron. It was. And then on top of that, I think there was distro problems too. Like not Canada, Europe didn't get any of it. And they just canceled everybody's pre-orders and it just didn't. Seriously, that 2-pack was like minimum $300 everywhere.
Ridiculous.
I'm like, I'm just gonna wait and pay $25 someday, maybe.
Yeah.
We got Armada Wheeljack. Pretty cool little character from the Armada toy line. He's like, I'm tired of being an Autobot. And he went bad.
So he's a traitor?
He is. Bad dude. Now he's but
why do they call him Benedict Autobot?
I don't know. I'd imagine they make that reference joke in the show, but yeah, it was a a fun little plot twist in the storyline for sure. It was cool. And lastly, I know I don't this is a twofold thing. Like one, I try not to collect everything. I know you don't think that, lovely assistant, but I really try to.
It's hard not to.
I know.
Honestly,
I know.
Like everything is cool.
Everything is cool. You can't even argue that. He's right. He's right, people. Anyway, she's
Toys are
smiling.
cool. I mean,
Toys are cool. But one of the lines I always tried to draw since 2007 was try not to do the movie lines, the Michael Bay stuff,
oh yeah,
all those.
those always look funky.
Yes, especially when they first came out, they were so different.
Yeah.
Just a bag of knives is what it was like.
Oh
What?
yeah.
And they're all like very monochromatic.
Yeah.
So you can't, especially when they're on screen, you're like, is he upside down now? I don't know. I can't even tell. And the toys were kind of the same too. Very single colored, not.
Sure.
But then time does a lot. Time does a lot. And things definitely look cool after a while. Or you're more forgiving later. You're like, all right, maybe some stuff was cool. I'm not saying that necessarily, but then the other thing that happened here is besides everything being cool, also like there's the thrill of the hunt, the itch, that you start
Mhm.
getting if you haven't bought a toy in a while.
That's a thing.
That's a real
if
thing.
you-
It's a condition. There's ointments you can get.
I
but
just rub toys. I just rub toys on myself. It's fine.
yes, that's really the only way to do it.
Absorb
this-
its oils, essential
is-
oils.
This is a product / I haven't got a toy in a while / I got me a girlfriend who likes buying me toys because she knows how happy it makes me. Oh, that's right. This is a family show. I got to remember that, Elgin.
What? I didn't say anything that was bad yet.
Yet also. So I got this Michael Bay's. This is Soundwave. I believe it's from Dark of the Moon.
It's like Batman.
Well, kinda. We'll get a focus here in a second. So he's
Look at
pretty.
me. Look at me.
Nice Batman. And then he's got Laserbeak over here that sits on a little perch on his arm, which is neat. And he's a cool car, and he looks cool. I like these tires up here. That's not normal.
Yeah, that's cool.
A normal thing for he flew away. He comes with a little perch. It's neat.
That's cool. That's good.
So, which Soundwave. A lot of my Soundwaves, I got Laserbeaks over there on the arm, but
right because he has his gun in his other hand.
But he looks, I don't know. He's starting to look cool now. Again, that all one color. It's hard to.
That's Soundwave.
This is Soundwave, right?
I can't not see him as like vintage Soundwave without the cassettes and everything. Like the.
Yeah.
I would forgive that toy if his chest opened and you could stick a cassette in it somehow,
or like on the dashboard in the car part.
Yeah, something where it pops open and you can fold up Laserbeak and stick them in there. I would be like, that's pretty cool. That's cool.
I don't.
And it doesn't. I'm guessing.
Nothing even close. Laserbeak doesn't even do anything. He's just that
lame.
I don't think he folds up enough to even be part of the car. Maybe he just sits
even a
inside
transformer.
Well, he does. It turns into a really neat car. So that's what I know.
I don't know. That's not Soundwave to me.
I know. So
I'll be a purist on this one.
Which makes it easier to not get the movie toys,
Yeah.
Because they're all that way. Starscream's a jet. Okay. Boy, he doesn't look or anything like.
Right.
Sure, Optimus is a semi, but man, he looks. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's tough.
For me, they don't give me any nostalgia feels
right
or anything. Like at least looking at a vintage Soundwave or Shockwave or something, it's like it at least like transports me a little bit toward the 80s. This is like I don't know.
It took our pal Eddie Areola.
Yeah.
Eddie, it's Eddie's fault that I started turning a little bit on the movie stuff because one, it's every new toy line is somebody's G1, everyone's
Sure.
first
I guess.
thing that they will, feel like we feel about vintage.
Yeah.
But like, so Eddie he really loved these movie toys, and I'm like, well, you're crazy. Good luck, more for you.
Because he was like 10 years old when they came out.
Well, not necessarily, but he's a car guy, 1,000,000%, right? And so these are licensed. All the Michael Bay movie car, or toys are licensed. The newest, fastest car, not even on the market yet.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of thing. So I think that helped him get into it. And so anyway, he's got a lot of these in Masterpiece even. And so when I saw like the team lined up on his shelf, Decepticons, Autobots, whatever, I'm like, okay, I can see it now when they're all together. I don't know. It got me in a little more than I don't know. So it's kind of Eddie's fault, but
we'll blame
I still don't try to go get movie toys. So
yeah, I mean they'd have to be like super clearanced.
Yeah. Well, that too.
For me.
Or have an amazing girlfriend. So bigger isn't better. It's not always better.
All right, good night, folks.
Well, wait a minute. I'm a huge person. That's insulting. Well, I guess, what do you like about minifigures? Is there anything about, because we all have a bunch of all of them.
Yeah.
Is there something what makes them special to you?
Well, for the Mega Construct stuff that I have, that's always because it's more Motu related. It's I grab some here, like this Battle Cat and He-Man. It's just mini versions of the toys I already love, and they're pretty accurate to how they look and everything to the vintage stuff, so which is nice. And it's got some articulation to it as well, and it's Lego adjacent, I guess, because they kind of build the same and they have the same pieces.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of it reminds me of vintage stuff. Especially the newer, like this flocked Panther that's a Mega Construct. Like,
whoa,
to have a flocked, with this jaw that opens up, I think. So maybe not.
It does now.
Yeah. But I don't. They just really cool. And then a lot of the stuff. It's plus with it being small, you can kind of fit it into like nooks and crannies.
I think that's the appeal.
The shelf, and it's usually cheaper, which is always good for me.
Elgenomics.
Yeah, Elgenomics 101.
Space Danger. It's not as bad. You can fit so many more little things.
If you have a display and it's got like some holes in it that you need to like fill in for like for sight.
It's great for that.
It's great to like do that. A lot of the stuff that I have, the vintage stuff I have, like Muscle and Micro Machines, I had as a kid, and I really haven't even thought about them really until this episode. They were like, I had to like dig them out when we were talking about the topic, and I was like, oh yeah, I do have some of those somewhere. I don't know any of their names, unfortunately. But I'll try to quickly go through some of them.
I love that you had them as a kid.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I did too, but none of that stuff survived.
A lot of these, I remember playing with them.
Yes.
As at my parents' house. Parents have a 2-story A-frame style house. And in one of the bedrooms, it like looks over there's like a little balcony, and it looks over down toward the TV. There's like a little walkway, and then it's open on 2 sides and looks down. It's really unique how it looks. But we would my brother and I would hang out up there and like attach strings to these guys and throw them over the side, because it's like a story drop down, and we would just drop these guys down or just chuck them down there, because you can't really destroy them. There's nothing really to break on these, so you can just toss them around and throw them around. But I just remember attaching strings to them and just like winding up, and then like as they like drop down.
It was like it's like upgraded army men.
It is. And so M.U.S.C.L.E stands for millions of unusually small creatures lurking everywhere. That's what the acronym stands for. And yeah, they even had like little fighting, like a boxing ring thing, almost like a wrestling ring. You could attach them to, almost like Rock'em Sock'em robots, and then you could fight them. I never had one of those, but I should get one.
Yeah.
And then you could slot these guys into them and then like have them fight, which I thought was pretty cool.
Super cool.
But yeah, this one looks like Dusty Road. It's kind of chunky.
It does.
The American Dream, Dusty Road.
All colors.
Yeah,
colorful.
a lot of them. So they had multicolored stuff. A lot of them were this color.
That's what I thought. Maybe
this
the
kind
first
of like fleshy
bunch.
color. Yeah, and then they made a whole bunch of like crazy like colors on stuff.
Oh yeah.
And this will be a lost one here, but they were. I wish I could find the one. It might be in Ethan's room, but he had like 2 dagger hands, and it always reminded me of Conan the Barbarian when he was in the pit fighting, and like he was like killing. Because I watched that movie as a kid. We kind of talked about this before, of like my parents would let me watch basically like violent action stuff as long as there wasn't any nudity in it or anything. It was fine. So we were like watching all this stuff, or they just like cover my head. Oh, this part's coming up. That kind of dad thing of like, anyway. So, but yeah, like I said, I played with these all the time and like probably ran them in dirt and like buried them and everything. But I'm surprised I even have this many left. From as a kid.
Wonder how many they made.
Just looking at them again, it just reminds me of like being a kid. Like just looking at it, it's crazy. I think this is Legion of Doom. It says LOD on it. But they actually made some Motu ones. I've seen them.
Oh, really?
On I think Big Bad Toy Store has some, or somewhere. I thought I saw some that they were selling, like new muscle figures in like Motu style, which I was like, it's kind of weird. I should probably get those sometime.
Yeah, a lot of those look like wrestlers.
Yeah, and that's that they did a lot of wrestling stuff. They did a lot of like just kind of crazy. It's almost like bootleg wrestlers. Somewhat. But yeah, this one's really cool. I don't think that shows up that well, but that kind of lime greenish color is really cool. But yeah, they're awesome. It's like I could just keep playing with these like all night. Just like have them fight each other. It's like
yes.
So,
you might need to get a ring, so you just have a place to put them all in, right?
I'll put that on my wish list.
Awesome.
But yeah, and then talking about micro machines, and I had a bunch of these too as a kid. I don't know why. I mean, I was into cars. I was into Hot Wheels too. Like we had a bunch of Hot Wheels because we would just like line them up and like have like demolition derbies and stuff in our room, and this is kind of like the next
tracks and
tracks and stuff. And this was like the next step toward that. It was like oh, the micro, this is like the new thing, because this was like new, when it first came out when we were kids. And it was like, oh, brand new with the fast talking guy who was also a voice.
Machida Jr.
Yeah, who was
Blur in the movie.
But yep. And but yeah, I have a whole bunch of them. I could kind of lift up this box that I have of.
Oh my gosh, so many.
And that's that why it's full. But yeah, there's like crazy like big wheel ones. Oh, these kind of monster truck style. Which I don't know if you've ever seen stuff like that.
Not like that.
And then I have some shiny ones too, like this little Porsche. If I can hold it correctly.
Yeah.
Some metallic. They made like these metallic ones.
That's cool.
They made tanks. They did military stuff.
Wow.
Which I always loved. I was a big into like military stuff.
Surprised you weren't more of a Joe kid.
I know. You'd think I would be. They have construction stuff.
Yeah.
They have this ambulance. It did light up. It did have a battery, and it did light up at one point in time, but that's 30 years ago. Oh, they had. I don't know if I have it here. There was one you could open it up. It had like an even smaller vehicle inside.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. I thought it was a military one. Let's see. Oh yeah, they got a little crane. It kind of works. There we go.
It'd be fun to get all the Constructicons and repaint those
Yeah.
in the green and purple. But they have been doing some crossover micro machines with Transformers of the last year or so.
That's cool.
I know.
Well, they have a
Spooty and
boat.
Corey got like an Optimus and a little. Oh, that's so little.
Yeah. Oh, this one's super shiny.
Cool.
Let's see what else we got. Oh, we got planes. Oh,
Yeah.
the military one's a little like F. Oh, here's a jet for you.
Ooh.
Oh, there's a semi truck. Trying to find that one.
I feel like if I tried collecting those now, I'd just lose them. My hands are too big. Couldn't even play with them. I'd be like, "Whoa."
And just crush them.
Yep.
Crush. I gotta dump them out here.
So many. So many.
Lost two of them.
And they all went flying.
Oh yeah. There's some more boats. I must have got like a bunch of boat stuff one time. I had some NASA stuff too. I don't know where those went. But like actual like a lunar rover thing, but it's like, you know, micro. Oh, there's even more. Well, there's like almost like a G.I. Joe jet.
Oh yeah, stealthy bomber.
Yeah. And not only did I have these vehicles, I had play sets with them too, which opened up. And you could do like, you know, if you wanted to repair your vehicle, you could
come on down to the gas station.
Yeah, just come down to the repair area, and this thing plugs in here. And
oh wow!
You can like plug a thing in there. Come on, get in there. And then, like, if you wanted to put a car in there and like run diagnostics on it, you could. Come on, you could do that.
Love it.
They had that, and then I have a motor oil.
You just got some motor. Oh wait a minute!
And then that opens
it's a transformer.
up, and it's got a whole shop in there as well. Thing comes out like that somehow, probably broken.
Did you ever get into Mighty Max? Same sort of thing.
I never got into those. I don't know why.
Me either. I watch a lot of YouTube guys who love them, and it's just the same thing. A little tiny playset opens up, tiny. Oh my gosh!
So this opens up there. This is a gas station.
Of course,
because it's a fuel additive. Oh, yeah, and this opens up.
Oh, that's so neat.
And that goes back on, and then this comes down. Now you have a little gas station for your guys. They can just drive up.
Yep. Fill her up, please.
Fill her up. Ding ding.
Oh, we don't have nitro here, Sarah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't even know when these came out in like '89, I think, and like all these play sets and stuff. So I mean, I was like 8 years old collecting these. So yeah, they're awesome. I don't know. I've kept them in these boxes because I don't really have a place to like. I want to get like one of those racks where it has like you can just stick like little tiny like a knickknack shelf type thing and just like stick them all up there and display them.
Yeah, that's
probably what I need to do
at some
point. But yeah, I couldn't find the thing that has another. It might be in some other box or something. And I don't know. I guess these didn't come with trailers. Like these semis, they didn't actually come with the trailer. I don't think. Maybe they did. It's probably lost in
another little playset.
Depth of time. What's the small stuff? Oh, I got these Dollar Tree figures. They're pretty tiny
Yep.
and
Yep.
cheap.
I got some of those too. A little Dollar
Yep.
Tree.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's still worth more because it's in.
No. No. No, not at all.
Oh yeah, I got some of those. All mine are like in cases because I have the
Those are my
Castle
Dollar
Grayskull
Tree ones.
pieces.
Yep.
And I got some pops. Funko Pop did these little keychains back. I don't know, 20 something, 2020s probably. Feel like I don't know, 2020. So there's a He-Man
Oh yeah.
keychain, Funko Pop dealy, and then the one that's actually worth money, the She-Ra one, which is now 40th anniversary of She-Ra.
Yeah, I got little ones too. There's a horror
Oh, yeah.
Reagan.
Yep. I have a
Both of
Skeletor
those.
that's like the Terror Claws. I got two of those because one's like the Hot Topic exclusive.
Ah.
and it's like shinier. Yeah, it's like a golden face. No, they're not worth any money,
No.
but they're fun.
No.
They're fun to play with and look at. So
Yes.
especially these are just fun to like because the way they're displayed looks really nice.
Oh yeah.
That window.
It's awesome.
So much like most Funko Pops, I guess.
Collector
Right.
friendly.
Why people probably keep them in the
Display
box.
friendly. Yes.
Like I probably should have, but oh.
Well, I got a
It's
bunch
all
of Transformer stuff. Transformers did a lot of tiny toys.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, they started off, the very first line, the mini bots, your
Right.
bumblebees and stuff. Oh, there's a whole line in the original toys, those little mini bots, those tiny little cars. Then you got your mini cons later on, and they made little dudes that came with big dudes, and they would unlock action features with their bigger bots. So they'd be like a little partner that would come with a big guy, and you'd push him, he'd like sit on the other guy, and weapons would pop out and stuff. It was really cool.
As I was putting these micro machines away, I found this one that actually opens, the hood opens, and the doors open, and the trunk opens, and you can see the motor in there.
Good Lord.
And then you can just close the hood and the doors. I forgot that did that.
Wow.
Anyway.
We also had mini or bots.
Oh yeah.
Those are kind of the new things, little tiny guys that would come in blind bags. And
yeah,
I got
blind bags are
couple little
good for that stuff.
Drummer guy. Yeah, blind bags. Speaking of, I got this little Josh Allen here. That's the smallest thing I got. Tiffany, we'd go to like Dave and Buster's, who I'd never been to before until she took me there, and then she'd spend all her money from the game, or all her tickets from the games, and she'd buy little NFL dudes, and never get, because all she really ever wanted was this guy.
Sure.
So she's bought bag after bag after bag there, and then we were at Brass Armadillo this weekend. They just had them for $3 on a shelf. I was like, oh, I could have just bought them the whole time. Kind of not cool. We got G1 decoys from there's like 1 million of these little rubber dudes, kind of like M.U.S.C.L.E. I think M.U.S.C.L E inspired
probably
from these, and this is Skywarp, but almost every G1 figure has a purple and a red little rubber dude like that. We got Micro Masters, which is just a whole new line of Transformers that came near the end. Here's one from the Race Car Patrol Road Handler. This is one of the ones that you gave me for Christmas one year.
Yep.
Yeah, these tiny little fellas. I'm like, ugh. Spoody's got a bunch of these, and I'm like, it's going to be the last thing I collect because they're just so gosh dang small.
Yeah. Speaking of like blind bag type stuff, I forgot I had this. It was in a drawer somewhere when I was looking through my other stuff. It's this little guy. I think it was in one of those Kinder eggs.
I love that dude. Look at that. That's cool.
It's just kind of crazy. It's just like this piece just comes off. His mask thing comes off kind of. You can like pop that off, but
Oh,
yeah, and it just plugs together, and it's
that's cool.
like a little Kinder Egg toy thing. Those are always fun. I just picked up another one that like I was because I hadn't bought a toy in a while, and I know Kinder Eggs have toys,
Well,
and I like the chocolate that's in it too,
I'm
and the
gonna have
hazelnut
to
stuff.
start checking those out.
And it was like a little helicopter. It's out in the van, because it's on my dashboard with my other one that I have out there, which is a turtle. It's a helicopter, and the back part of the propeller or the I don't know, tail part of it comes off, like it pulls off, and then there's a string inside, and then that lowers, turns into a hook. So you can hook something and rescue it, and you wind up the top propeller and it winds it back up to where it goes. It's like it's so tiny, but it's like the thought of like putting it into it is pretty cool. So
Well, that's one of the
I don't
things
know,
that
it's
are
just fun.
awesome about these little toys is they can be on
It's
your
like
dash.
impulse buys, you know.
They can be hanging out in your van. I think
Yeah.
once I heard the word desk bot, I was just like, oh yeah, well, my
Right.
desk everywhere I've ever had a desk at every job has had freaking toys around it, so I can stop and fiddle and play with, and that's one of the benefits of these little itty bitty things.
Mm-hmm.
So many. Got the reaction figures.
Oh yeah.
They kind of count. Now, well, what do you think? Do minifigures, if they have articulation, do they still count as minifigures? I know the last episode was
I know we
about
kind of
limited articulation,
right.
or
I
like this
think
guy has no articulation, so it's like
I mean the muscles don't have any articulation at all. They're just statues.
it's probably
basically.
okay that they have a little.
Yeah.
It's kind of a continuation.
I just think just having, because I mean Micro Machine, the wheels turn, so does that count as like something? But I don't know. I think it's just something that's less than 2 inches tall, maybe. If you want to like put it in a box to to say it has to be this to be mini. So
I think what made the word minifig popular these days are Lego.
Oh yeah.
So
they use minifig all the time for for stuff like that.
So, and they have articulation, I guess so.
Right.
Having a little bit, probably okay.
Yeah, I mean, like these aliens, they have lots of articulation because they're Lego-esque, but they're mini. They're they're not that big. They even came with some like face huggers, some mini face huggers that you could put on somebody's head, or you could have them expanded out.
That's so cool.
But they're tiny little things, so I don't know. I'd say under 2 inches would be good enough to be a minifig size. I don't know.
Right, so G.I. Joe doesn't count. That's what we needed to say.
Right, because G.I. Joe is
3 3/4.
It's almost 4 inches. That's like almost double size.
Like, get out of here, you giant.
The thing's like giant compared to this stuff.
We're not talking about giant figs. We're talking about mini figs. Come on now.
I wouldn't consider Joe's minifigs or like Star Wars because that's about the same size as well. The Kenner, vintage Kenner stuff. I wouldn't classify that as mini. I would classify that as like.
I think you're right.
I don't know, small scale.
Yes.
But this like muscle for sure.
Yep. Definitely the really limited articulation.
Battle Beasts, I know I never really had them. I remember like seeing them on the bus.
Oh
like other kids having them, and then they had like a little rub sign on their chest too, like Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
And you could rub it, and there would be like an animal or something on it, and that was cool. But I never got into them. I don't know. Maybe I just never saw them like to buy. Yeah, see, look,
get out of here.
It towers over those.
Oh, doesn't count.
Yeah, go back to your Cobra Island. Go back to whatever it's called, Cobra La.
Cobra La 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 La. All right. All right. Well, we should probably take a break. We're going to tell you a little bit about our podcast network, the PFPN, the Prescribed Films Podcast Network. Lots of really awesome shows over there for you to check out. This nice lady is going to tell you even more. Here we go.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.
Okay, well, let's Elgin's. I hear car keys. What's going on?
All right. Today's store that we're driving out to, and trust me, it's going to be a long drive because we're going to Dr. Tongue's I Had That Shoppe at 7129 Northeast Fremont Street in Portland, Oregon. That's right. Grab your beef jerky and slushies because it's going to take us 27 hours to drive from Ottumwa to Portland, Oregon. Yeah. They are specializing in things your mother threw away. That's right. They have a large selection of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Real Ghostbusters, Transformers, Masters of the Universe, and much, much more. They also have a website. I was checking that out, and you can order stuff on their website as well, and they can ship it right to you. But yeah, Dr. Tongue's I Had That Shoppe. It's shop with 2 P's and 1 and an E. So it's like shoppy because it's fancy.
Mm-hmm.
And did you know that the city of Portland's 2 founders, Francis Pettygrove from Portland, Maine, and Asa Lovejoy from Boston, Massachusetts, both wanted to name the city after their hometowns. However, in 1845, a coin toss decided the name after Pettygrove won 2 out of 3 tosses. The coin, a penny, that decided the name resides in the Oregon Historical Society Museum. So he named it after Portland, Maine, after winning a coin toss back in 1845. So sometimes that's all it takes to name your town is just a coin toss. And if you want to toss some coins to this old shop, go to Dr. Tongue's I Had That Shoppe at 7129 Northeast Fremont Street in Portland, Oregon.
Love it, love it, love it. All right, before we go, just want to remind everyone, if you want to help support this podcast, we would love that. And there's lots of easy ways to do it. One, tell your friends. Just be like, hey, I checked out this really cool show on YouTube or Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen or watch, and that helps a lot. You know, hit that like button down there, all that stuff. Speaking of Apple, 5-star reviews. I love people still do that, you know. It's okay.
I think they should.
They should.
if they're not doing it right now,
everything I say for the rest of the show, it's just to help the algorithm. We're just trying to get there.
Yeah.
And but the best way, if you're like, no, I want to help more, I really want to make
mail us a check, care of Elgin Arnie.
No,
P.O. Box.
That's not a thing. But what is a thing is enlistinthecore.com. Elgin told you about it earlier.
I did.
That's our Patreon. There's tiers over there, bonus episodes, shout outs, exclusive chats. There's lots of cool stuff. Or if you're more of a YouTube person, hit that join button down there. You know, at least hit like on the video. That stuff helps a lot.
Share it. We know you have friends.
We know. Quit hiding them from us. And one of the
tell them to write a 5-star review.
That's
you're not going
right. But one of the perks of being a core member is shout outs on the show, and I'm going to do that now. So I just want to talk about our awesome core members: Tony Miller, Chris Turnip Simmons, Alex LaForest, comedian Bill Fisher, and Colin Bunn. That's right. You too could be a core member. Get your name read on the show. We really appreciate those people way more than you
Exactly.
listening now who's not one of those people.
Yeah. Get with the program and join the chat.
That's
right.
Well, all
But yeah,
right.
you can also mail us checks. We'll take those as well.
You know, let's start with this and then, but yeah, so that's what I got. I realize now I have 1,000 toys to put away.
Yeah.
That's going to take the rest of the night.
I didn't think that far ahead.
I know. We're excited though for next week. Next week we got special guests. We'll be back on Mondays.
Yep.
Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. We got a couple folks from Screams from the Basement podcast going to join us and talk about toys that are seen in movies and TV shows. That's right.
Maybe they know some stuff we don't know.
I'm positive that they do.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah. But Sam and Casey, we're gonna have them on. They're great kids and super stoked. So we'll see them and you guys Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, right here on YouTube.
Be there
live. All right. Well,
square.
That's right. Well, talk to you guys later. Keep being awesome. Bye-bye.
Later.
Thank you for listening to the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. But not so fast, my foul fiends. Don't forget to follow these fools on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And visit cracktasticplastic.com. I'll be back.